The Peskin Report is sponsored by High and Happy Catering out of Springfield, Massachusetts. Their chef, Michael Best, can cook anything you want with or without being infused with cannabis. Check out some of what they make on their Instagram at High and Happy Catering or call them at 413-785-8999. You'll be happy you did.
Welcome to the Pesky Report, a podcast for Red Sox fans. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Pesky Report. This is episode number 142, brought to you by Belly Up Sports Media. My name is Brad Chandler. With me today, I have Ed Hand and Hogdale. How are we doing, gentlemen?
The Sox keep winning, so I'm pretty good. You know, it's nice watching good baseball. So
You said that so unenthusiastically.
what? You want me to fucking zane it up? Like, oh, jeez, fellas, this is a good Red Sox team. Hot boy.
Ed, how are we doing, bud?
Oh man, I'm having a good week. I was on Nesson earlier today with my dog for their like bark at the park thing. So that was pretty neat. And then I have an exciting new follower on my Twitter. Alex Cora, manager of the Boston Red Sox, followed me. Which, you know, might not seem like that much, but he only follows like 250 people. So he's not the most active Twitter person, but still, like, that's definitely the most famous person I've got following me.
He's definitely pretty active. He's just not, he doesn't like post a lot of stuff. So you can guarantee that he's on there like looking through. He's like, things about the Red Sox. You know, he's definitely looking through. Exactly. He's like, guys, you'll never believe it. Ed Hand made a post the other day about Jaron Duran, and you got to read it. And he just brings it up in the club meeting, and he's like, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to follow him. You guys can follow him, but I'm following him. And then you end up telling us this, and it's like, oh.
I mean, Ed really is just proven. Go ahead, dude.
I mean, if it's because of Jaron Duran, all I've said about Duran has been that he looks kind of like a buff Andy Sandberg.
All right, take the cookie when I fucking hand it to you. All right, Jared? Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, really, this just solidified what we knew, is that Ed just has more clout than anyone else on the pod, and you just gotta respect it.
I don't know about that. I think Doink has like 57,000 followers or something ridiculous like that.
But Alex Cora doesn't follow her, no, does she?
I mean,
we don't know what burners he has.
Like, in all honesty, like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the thousands and thousands of people that follow Doink, or would you rather have Alex Cora? She's got 60,000 followers.
That's wild.
But you have Alex Cora.
Yeah.
So that trumps all 60,000 of her followers.
It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna pretend it's not. Like, I woke up and I was like, who's this guy with a blue check? And it just says Alex next to it because he doesn't have that much information on it. And I was like, oh, okay. So before we actually get into this, I had a question for Hogdale. So last episode we had Amari on from Rockin' at the Jake, and he had mentioned about a hot dog with Fruit Loops on it and whatnot. We finally saw this, and it looks absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it does. At the same time, I want to try it.
I mean, I totally want to try it too, but
that flavor combo is just so weird in my head.
Like, my question is milk or ketchup?
Oh God, both sound equally terrible. I imagine you eat the hot dog plain, right? Like with just the Fruit Loops on it.
I mean, I guess, but it's like it's still fucking disgusting. Like, so anybody who's like wondering what we're talking about here, I'll share a picture of it. This is what we're talking about.
Thanks, I hate it.
What did you say? Thanks,
I hate it.
That's my favorite subreddit. I love that subreddit. Yeah, thanks, I hate it.
That reminds me of I used to do like when during my internship in college, I did this like super cheap food review thing where they gave me $5 to spend on all of these like different local places a week, and I'd have to make as much of a meal as I could for $5, which usually wasn't very good. But there was this one burger place that had something called the Crunch Dog, and it was $3.50, and it was a hot dog fried in Captain Crunch.
Oh,
so I ate that, and I was really sick. I mean, it was like eating it was sort of like having a food orgasm that was just followed by like a full night of diarrhea. It wasn't great. Not worth it.
Yeah, that's horrifically unhealthy.
Yeah, it was. I was 21. I was made of much stronger stuff back then.
And even then, your body's like, dude, what the fuck?
Pretty much. I just remember like that being like, I remember my roommate being like, "Are you okay?" Because I was like crying in the bathroom for like an hour.
It's
you
like
were
the
actually
picture
crying, or was it your butthole crying?
It was a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It was one of those ones where you're just like, ah. Like
it's like it's the meme with the two M&Ms where it's like the yellow and the red one, like, "Hey, you okay? Or you good?" And it's just no.
No, yeah,
no,
so, pretty much.
So yeah, we were talking with Omari about that, and he tweets at us both, and he's like, "Hey, remember this? This is what I was talking about." And I'm like, "That's gross. What's the grossest thing like you have eaten at a sports venue?"
Like on paper, does it have to sound gross on paper? Because I've had things that sounded like they'd be fine, and then I got it, and it was not good.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, then yeah, the chicken and waffles at the oh god, what was the name of the team? The Vermont Lake Monsters.
Okay.
Out in Burlington.
Are you just not a fan of chicken and waffles, or
no? I like chicken and waffles. It was just that this was like a couple of like freezer chicken nuggets that they put in like a waffle cone, and they poured like syrup or something on it. It wasn't good. The chicken like wasn't particularly defrosted. And, you know, a waffle cone and waffles really aren't the same thing. They're quite different, in fact. It just didn't, nothing hit from that. It was just not a good food experience.
What about you, Hogdale?
Probably at an Iowa State game at Jack Trice Stadium. I had probably the most dog shit grilled chicken sandwich I've ever eaten. And I remember I'm like, this is so fucking dry. Like, this is fucking terrible. I got to drown this shit in ketchup just to get any flavor.
So I think the worst thing I've eaten at like a ballpark in Hartford, they have the yard goats, obviously, but I went for a game one day and they had this like foodie guy who like does stuff on YouTube or whatever. And he has a cart at Dunkin' Donuts Park, and he was doing like jalapeno sausage, things like that, weird stuff, combinations and whatnot. I was like, you know what, I like getting like sausage and peppers and whatnot. So I went up to this cart thinking maybe I could just get a sausage and peppers. Nope, no sausage and peppers available. The next thing I was just like, you know what? They had like a Hawaiian sausage, and it was like with pineapples and something. It was fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
How do you... It's so hard to ruin something like that, too, but people find a way.
Just sausage and peppers. That's all I need. That's all I want.
Yeah.
You don't want them to throw Spam and pineapple and ham on top of it?
I think Spam would have been better. This was just gross. It wasn't all that great.
I will say, like, on the opposite end, though, like, the best food I've ever eaten at, like, a ballpark was at a Iowa Cubs game. There's, like, probably the best pork tenderloin I've ever eaten is, like, a local place, like, sold their pork tenderloins out there. I wish I could remember the name. Like, that shit was so juicy.
I will always and forever be like a sausage and peppers outside of Fenway type person. Like you don't get a sausage and peppers inside. I always get it outside, one of the vendors outside, and that's it. I will not go into Fenway and get a sausage and peppers. If I don't get it outside, I'm not getting it until I get out.
That's always fun, though, getting it at the end of the game if you haven't been eating a ton. Like, they have a win, and then you get to walk with your sausage and peppers, and oh god, it's good. But my favorite was the Lowell Spinners used to have these really great steak tips that they'd start serving it like the second inning underneath like the stadium. Before the team disbanded, they stopped doing it. It was like probably around 2018, but that used to be like my go-to every time there. It was just those steak tips were amazing. And they weren't that expensive either. It was like, like $10 and you got that and like some corn, and it was like actually a decent, like sizable amount rather than, you get a steak sub at Fenway. It's like $14 and you get like 3 steak tips.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a huge sausage fan. That just sounded wrong, but I like sausage.
We know.
Pause.
Insert foot into mouth. Start chewing. Yeah. So let's start talking a little bit about the series. Let's talk about what we have to look forward to in Toronto. We all know that both Jarren Duran and Tanner Houck are not going to be joining the team up in Toronto. We did get the confirmation that Connor Siebold will be pitching tomorrow. He will be starting. And we also got confirmation through Chris Smith that Yomer Sanchez, I believe, is joining the team to take over for Jarren Duran. So while the team is in Toronto, I don't understand this. So because they are, we all know they're unvaccinated. It is what it is. That's their decision. But they lose the pay because they can't play the game. But they're both going to be working at Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
They're working, but not getting paid.
Well, I'm sure it's beneficial for them to like keep up with the conditioning and everything.
But they're still working. My opinion. Like if I'm working, I'm getting paid. If you and I go into work and we don't get paid, that's against the law. So I'm not a fan of that in my opinion. In my opinion, whatever. But they knew the consequences with the situation. It's a personal decision. We've discussed it numerous times over the past like 6 months. Actually, probably since last year, because we knew that we both were unvaccinated last year, along with Chris Hale. But that's exciting for Siebold and Sanchez.
There's actually one more guy that's coming along with them on the taxi squad that it sounds like. Silvino Bracho, who's been a reliever with the Blue Sox this year, is going up with them as well. And what I've heard is that after Siebold pitches, they're going to send him back down and put Bracho on the 40-man, and then after the series is over, they'll DFA him. And he's the sort of pitcher who's done well in AAA, but he can also probably sneak through waivers. So that's the reason that they're going with that.
Right, Chris Hatfield. He made a post. And guessing the plan for Toronto, Yomer Sanchez apparently replaces Duran. Pretty sure he can be returned to AAA afterwards. Siebold replaces Houck if they want to return him early to add a relief pitcher. Silvano Bracho gets selected, then DFA'd on Thursday because he's not the replacement. And he said Bracho wouldn't have been the first guy in AAA I'd go to. He's been good, but not great. 31 1/3 inning pitch, 3.16 ERA, 105 WHIP, 36 strikeouts and 4 walks. But he's of the caliber that if for some reason he didn't clear waivers, they wouldn't lose sleep over it for what would probably be one appearance.
Exactly, and that's a very Chris knows his stuff with this. Yeah, so it's a good opportunity for them. Sanchez was the Gold Glove winner, I believe. I forget if it was second or third base, but he won a Gold Glove in 2020 in the shortened season, I believe, or it might have been 2019.
I think it was. I think I saw 19.
Yeah, it was one of those years. It was fairly recent, and he hasn't hit really enough at the big league level to, hold down a job here. But he's having a good season at AAA. He's drawn a lot of walks. He's hit, I think he has 8 home runs now. Kind of alternates between batting first and batting ninth. Plays good defense all over the place. The game that I was at for Father's Day was actually kind of cool because you know how at like AAA games they do like in between inning activities, and one of them that they do all the time for the Woo Sox is this like catch game where if you catch all 3 balls, everybody in the stadium wins a free pie. And they had for Father's Day they had his kid catching them, and he caught all 3. And his dad comes in from Yolmer Sanchez comes in from the dugout to play third base and gives him a big hug. It was a really cute thing to see. And yeah, so got to see him there. And I also got to see Seabold pitch, which was really fun. He looked good. He's one of these guys that has good control and knows how to pitch. His stuff isn't overpowering. He was, I think, topping out 94, 95 on the fastball. But when his changeup's on, he can be really difficult on hitters. And I believe he either gave up 1 run or didn't give up any runs in the 6 innings he pitched. The guy's been an absolute machine. His ERA's been floating around 2 for a few months now, and glad he's getting an opportunity. We've seen the depth of this team.
And for people that don't remember, Connor Seabold is also a piece that we got in the Nick Pivetta trade, where we sent Heath Hembry and Brandon Workman to the Phillies. So we get to get another look at him. We got a look at Winkowski, which we ended up getting in the Andrew Benintendi trade. So we're starting to see a little bit of the depth that's going on since Bloom has taken over the reins. It's good. It's good. I'm loving what I'm seeing. We'll get into the Winkowski start that happened yesterday. We'll talk about Nick Pivetta as well, who has absolutely dominated. And yeah, the Red Sox have just been fucking fantastic. Another surprise for the team, we've got to talk about John Schreiber too. He's just literally been lights out. I think he's got like a .86 ERA right now. He's literally the best relief pitcher that we have. And it was, I forgot who had made the post or whatever, but it's been said that he is going to be the closer while they are in Toronto because Tanner Houck is not available. So I'm pretty excited about that. But with that being said, let's start talking about this series. Before the Red Sox ended up making it to Cleveland, everybody has been saying, the Red Sox got to play a good team. The Red Sox got to play a good team. Well, the Cleveland Guardians were a first-place team when the Red Sox got into Cleveland, and now they are a second-place team, and they are 2 games back of the Minnesota Twins.
Can I just say real quick, how is like the Red Sox got to play a good team? I think they just took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals like last week. Can we use our brains for even a quarter of a second? Jesus Christ!
No, it is the simple fact that the Cardinals, good team, right? Nobody cares. They want to.
They're in the National League.
The Red Sox. The Red Sox literally have to face the New York Yankees. And you know what's great about that? The Red Sox have only played their Yankees 3 games this season. They have lost 2 of them. They are both hot right now. So when the Red Sox go to face the Yankees for 7 games in the next couple weeks, we'll find out where the Red Sox actually sit. I mean, right now, the Red Sox are 11 games back of the Yankees, and then they got, I believe it's 7 games in like the next 2 weeks. So not saying it's going to happen, not saying it couldn't happen, but if the Red Sox end up going in there and they're still 11 games back and end up sweeping the Yankees in both series, 4 games back.
It's amazing that the Yankees have been playing that well, that they can get their asses handed to them by their division rival and still be like 4 games ahead, even if that were to happen. It's madness.
It really is madness. And the Yankees actually got no hit the other day. They almost got no hit again today. But they came back and they won on a walk-off 3-run bomb by fucking Aaron Judge.
2 walk-offs for that guy this week.
It's insane, like how well the Yankees have been playing, and that the Red Sox have been playing like 700 baseball for almost 2 months now, and they're 11 games back. Like,
not
insane.
Not quite 2 months, but we're like 3 weeks away from them being 2 months. We're 2 days away from the infamous "we can say it." Anybody who doesn't know, if you know, you know. If you don't, well, fuck you. So the Red Sox are in sole possession of second place in the American League East. If they were an American League Central team, they would be in first place. They are 42-31. They are 1.5 games in front with the first wild card. They have played. They are 8-2 in their last 10. They have won 7 games in a row. They are 22-15 away from home. They are 14-14 with teams over 500 records. It looks like the Red Sox are, slowly but surely doing the thing that we're going to be able to say in 2 days.
And they've been doing it over the last 2 weeks without Garrett Whitlock, at all.
Whitlock, without Uvalde, without Kike. And also, you got to remember, they've been doing it without Sale, too.
Like,
imagine what this team is going to be once Sale comes back. Once Paxton joins the team. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying this in April. Is like
Josh Taylor.
Josh
Taylor should be coming back too.
Like, the depth that this team is going to have, like, going throughout the season is just kind of insane.
It's going to be a bad time to be facing the Red Sox in the coming months. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to April when the team was 10-19 or whatever it was, and people were complaining about the construction of the roster, which admittedly there were some flaws in it. But there absolutely still are, and we're going to. It's not every month is going to be like this June has been. It's just not. But we've also seen a lot of this depth has really come in handy now with guys like Franchi Cordero and John Schreiber, and now Duran coming from the minors, and he's
Rob Refsnyder.
Yep, Refsnyder's been. I mean, I could see a situation where Refsnyder stays with the team for the rest of the year. He's been so impactful in his role, and because we've talked about this with, we keep on saying we need an outfielder, a right-handed outfielder that can mash lefties. He's been doing that.
Do you see Duran staying?
It's a tough one. I think he's done enough at this point that he really should. It's tough to gauge who would get sent down though.
I believe Brandon said it, and it probably makes the most sense. Unfortunately, I think it's one of two players. I don't think you can send Duran down. He has been the leadoff hitter that the Red Sox have been looking for the past 2 years.
Yep.
It's either Bradley or Arroyo. I think they get DFA'd.
Yeah.
I think the problem there with sending down Arroyo is who do you have as your backup shortstop then? Is it Kike?
Yeah.
And then I don't think it would be Bradley because I think that he's a veteran presence. He's really taken on like a leadership role, and his defense is so good. Even if he's a fourth outfielder,
you would think so, but you have Duran, who's a left-handed hitter. He's hitting where Bradley Jr. isn't doing as well as Duran has been showing. Granted, it's small sample size. It's this is all like hearsay. We don't know 100% sure who would be sent down or who would be DFA'd or whatever. Just throwing it out there.
It's certainly a possibility.
I do believe that those are the two. I would be shocked if Duran gets sent back down.
There's no shot Duran can't be sent back down. He's just played too well. He's played himself into he needs to have a spot. And yeah, it's going to be one of Arroyo or JBJ. And really, this whole season to me has been an odyssey of can we kick JBJ off the team with actual good outfielders like that can hit at least a little bit.
I just don't think kicking him off the team is the way to go. I think he's too valuable as a bench piece, especially if you're making a playoff run. You need a guy like that on the bench who great defense. He's fast.
True, but I mean, if you have a guy like all around, like you keep Ref Snyder up, who no slouch defensively himself. You have Kike, great defensive center fielder, and right field at Fenway is pretty much just another center field. So you could play Kike in right as well.
I think you keep Kike in center and put Duran over in right field.
I don't like Duran's arm in right at all. That's the one thing. If there's anything that's been
I don't think you take Kike. I don't think you take Kike out of center field though.
You can put Duran in left and put Verdugo in right, I guess.
True.
That's one possibility, I just don't like the idea of like a skill player like Bradley just being straight up removed when he's such a useful bench option potentially. I don't know if you start him as much for sure. I mean, there's also you can DFA, not DFA, but you can option Bobby Dahlbeck or Franchi Cordero also. Those are two other possibilities.
Probably be Bobby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Bobby on that one.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree completely.
But then who do we have as first base? Then we have Christian Vasquez would probably be the backup first baseman.
Well, Arroyo pulled his groin last year doing that, but I think he can play first base. I think he could.
At least as a backup option, he probably could.
Ref Snyder. Ref Snyder used to play second base. I'm sure he can play first.
Jesus Christ. Or, Travis Shaw can play second.
I mean, if Travis Shaw can play second, anyone can play. That's the beauty of the shift, though. You could just have, like, 4 people on that one side. Like, who cares?
The shift that gets banned as of next year.
Duran has definitely played himself into a spot on the team, though.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's start talking about the series. Let's talk about Game 1. We had Nick Pivetta up against Cal Quantrill. I have actually been waiting to talk about this because Cal Quantrill made a big boo-boo last year. Yeah. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but last year the Boston Red Sox faced the then Cleveland Indians, and Quantrill ended up striking out Rafael Devers, and Devers literally stared daggers into Quantrill. Oh and he's like, all right, motherfucker, I'll remember this shit. And then fast forward like almost a year later, and here we are again. Cal Quantrill ends up facing against Rafael Devers. He throws it. I don't know how Devers does it, dude. Like, the pitch was like down. He teed off against it. He took a driver to the fucking ball and he knocked it out. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just watch this motherfucker too. And he just literally stares at it.
And just then like Ortiz did to his dad.
Oh,
yeah, because Cal Quantrill's dad is Paul Quantrill. I remember. I definitely hit some off of Quantrill. I don't remember if that was the home run. Was that the Game 3 home run or Game 4 home run that he hit? Was that off Quantrill in 2004?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Not gonna lie.
Because I know because Cal's dad was in the pen for that Yankee team.
I think it was Paul.
Let me just say though, Raffy with like playing angry is like my favorite kind of Raffy. Like just the swag, the attitude. Like he watched that thing fly. He fucking stared it down.
Shades of honestly, shades of David Ortiz.
It is,
in my opinion, with that. Like that's
when Manny came on during the Detroit series and said that Devers reminds him of Poppy. I was like, yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it.
It was so awesome. Like he's like, yeah, motherfucker, see that thing fly. Like you like
yes. So it was October 17th, 2004. It was Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Big Poppy hit a walk-off home run against Paul Quantrill.
Yep. So
what do you know?
Like father, like son. That's not a knock either, because Paul Quantrill was a good reliever.
Hold on. So which one's the father and which one's the son?
Oh well, the fathers.
Paul and David are the fathers.
Yeah,
and Cal and Raffy are the sons.
Oh. No, because Xander is Raffy's dad.
Yeah, pretty much it's just the Quantrills are owned by the Dominican Republic as a country. You know, it's nice. I love it.
That's a problem if you're a Major League Baseball player.
It is. It's a rough deal.
All right, so let's talk about Nick Pivetta, who has been probably the best pitcher that we had. We've talked about this numerous times. It's amazing how he changed his entire season around. Nick Pivetta he's 8-5 after this game. He went 7 innings, gave up 9 hits. Even when he's bad, he's good.
He didn't even have his good stuff today, or the other day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even when he's bad, he's good. He went 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 4 strikeouts, gave up a home run. He threw 98 pitches, 66 for strikes, 45 of them got contact. He got 4 strikes swinging. He got 17 looking. He got 10 ground balls, 15 fly balls, and 7 line drives.
All right, gentlemen. So I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
The whole team. Say the playoffs start tomorrow. You have to pick your 1, 2, 3 starters.
Okay?
You got what do you go for your order? Everybody's healthy here, or as healthy as they are going to be in 2022. Who are your 1, 2, and 3?
Honestly, not even knocking. I think it goes Eovaldi, Pivetta, and then maybe Sale. No, Waka. Why am I even saying Sale? Why am I even saying Sale? And the only reason why I'm giving Eovaldi given the ball for game 1 is because he's more proven as a game 1 starter. I think Pivetta is the type of pitcher that can, I don't think he's the one that's going to go out there and shove in game 1 of a playoff game. I'm just saying. I'm totally hoping he proves me wrong, but it's definitely those 3: Eovaldi, Waka, Pivetta, not in that order.
How about you, Hogdale?
Based on the results, like as of right now, Pivetta, Eovaldi, Waka, and just gotta say, Pavetta's got that dog in him, 100%. It's the picture of just the dog in his heart. Like, that's him. That's Nick Pivetta. And the dude was a maniac during the playoffs last year. And I want to apologize to Nick Pivetta on behalf of everyone on this podcast for insulting him by saying he should be the closer. I am sorry.
Hey, man, I had the same take.
Like,
I don't think that was I don't think it was a bad take at all.
I think it's an insult to him now. Like, this dude's routinely going 7 innings. He's got a 3 ERA. Like, insane. So much value.
He's also got a 3 ERA after giving everybody a head start in the American League.
Yeah, he was dog shit the first month. He had like a 9 ERA, and it's down to a 3. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it wouldn't be Boston in baseball without overreaction to small sample sizes, and we've certainly seen that with Pivetta turning his season around. The closer thing is interesting because of like where people are with Whitlock. That's sort of why I don't think saying Pivetta would make a good closer is that much of an insult, because at the time we were saying that, Pivetta had functioned effectively as a number 4 starter, and I think we've seen him turn into right now a number 2 starter. By the end, we're in the process of seeing him turn into an ace if he keeps this up for a few more months.
He's hitting his potential.
Good, yeah. So now you would want, yeah. But this is why I want Whitlock in the rotation.
Here's my question for you: out of Pivetta, Whitlock, Eovaldi, Waka, who do you send to the All-Star game?
Whitlock, Pivetta. Pivetta. Pivetta definitely. As much as Whitlock has the better ERA, but Pivetta has like a much better peripherals. He's thrown more innings because remember Waka was on the IL for a little bit. So I think if I have to pick of them, it's got to be Pivetta.
Yeah, I probably Pivetta, but like Waka's been so good. He was on the IL for a bit, but
I think he was only on the IL for 10 days, and that was because they had to have him on for 10 days.
Yeah, like I don't think the innings pitch difference is that bad. So I'll say Waka because God, Waka's been so fucking good.
You're going with Waka because
I'll go
he's
with
an
Waka.
Iowan.
Iowan, yes, true.
Yeah.
Because what is it, like a 2-something ERA? Like insane.
I'm going with Pivetta. You have to.
Yeah, and I mean, in the ideal world, they both make it. They both, I think, are legitimate candidates. And weirdly enough, I think Christian Vasquez has an outside chance of making it.
I was gonna say something about that, but I was gonna wait. Seeming as though we're actually talking about it. Let's just talk about it, okay? Earlier today, I was listening to the Bradfo show on EEI, and there was a guy that said that he chose Bobby Dahlbeck to be the starting first baseman for the All-Star game, but said that Trevor Story needed. Hold on. He said that Trevor Story needed to prove himself. This gentleman's name is Gabriel, and I don't know who Gabriel is, but Gabriel, stop doing drugs.
That's Gabe energy for sure. Like, your name fits.
Or share them.
True. Where's the psychedelics at? Because you're on them.
There's nobody in this universe who says that Bobby Dahlbeck is getting into the All-Star game and then immediately says that Trevor Story needs to prove himself, and they are not on drugs.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, Story's leading the team in RBI, isn't he? And playing Gold Glove defense.
He's got 50 RBIs as of today.
Yeah, I mean, the batting average isn't great, but the peripherals are. He's done what they've needed him to do. If he ends up, I would bet you money he ends up between like 240 and 260 at the end of the year.
I'm okay with that.
Draws walks, steals bases, and also second base isn't exactly an offensive juggernaut, you know.
He fucking strikes out an awful lot too, though.
You're not wrong, but we
knew
does
that
when we got him.
Bit.
So let's just go over it. All right. So we got Vasquez. We talked about should be going to he's making a case for the All-Star game. We've got Walker and Pavetta that we're talking about possible All-Stars. Do we see anybody in the outfield?
Do we count JD Martinez as an outfielder?
He has not played one game in the outfield.
No.
As it should be.
Okay. Bullpen.
Gosh, it's.
There's
I would
literally
love to say Schreiber. I would love to say Schreiber.
That's the only person.
The thing is that every team has a fireman like that who's been just pitching at way above what anybody expected. With every team being needing to be represented, a lot of those guys ends up going, and I think that he might get passed over because of that. And he wasn't with the roster for the first few weeks of April, so I mean he's been their best weapon by far. But I don't think he's going to. I wouldn't be offended if he made it, but I don't think he's going to.
So Schreiber's literally the only person in the bowl. All right, let's go. Let's go left to, from third to first. Rafael Devers.
Yeah, he should start.
Do you think he should start, or do you think he should be in the All-Star game?
Start.
What about Jose Ramirez?
I think he's doing better than Ramirez. Think about where the Red Sox would be without him, and then also look at the numbers. I take Rafi. As good as this isn't a knock on Ramirez at all. He's an incredible third baseman.
Hogdale?
I think Jose Ramirez should start, and I love Rafi more than anyone on this planet. I mean, like, Jose Ramirez has done everything that Rafi has done, but also he steals bases on top of all that.
I wouldn't be upset with either starting, honestly.
No, they're both amazing.
Shortstop, you've got, I believe it's Bo Bichette leading. Then you got Tim Anderson.
It's the Woody laughing meme. Get the fuck out of here. Xander should be starting. Fucking point blank, end of story.
I mean, I think Xander's going to make it. I don't know who's going to start, but I definitely think Xander deserves to be on the All-Star team there.
Xander's actually having a good year defensively, too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I believe he has positive defensive runs saved, and he's neutral outs above average, or he's like -1. And his bat is Xander's bat, per usual. He
powers down a little bit, but he's hitting hits.
He hasn't homered since, I believe, the third.
Really? It's been that long? Jesus.
I believe it was announced the other day that he has not hit a home run since June 3rd.
Yeah, power's been weird. Like, you know how many home runs Freddie Freeman has this year for the Dodgers? He's at 8.
Yeah.
Weird.
But then you got someone like Aaron Judge who's got 27 right now.
On pace for like 60. Yeah.
Hold on. So what? This is what I find hilarious. I think I've said this before on a previous episode, but is it me or is it just a coincidence or what that the Yankees are as good as they are and they have both Carlos Beltran, who works for the Yes station, and then they have Marwin Gonzalez, who's in the dugout.
I mean, can't you make the same case about the Red Sox having Alex Cora as their manager, though?
Yeah, but still, Carlos Beltran was the mastermind.
Now we're talking cheating labs again.
Also, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I've always said this. I never was too mad at the Astros. You should be cheating if you're in Major League Baseball. Every team is trying to do it in some way. They're all cheating. Like, get out of your fantasy land where every team is like morally good. Fuck off.
So that's a yes. That checks out.
Yes. You should be cheating, or you should be fired.
All right, so we've already talked about second base. We've already talked about first base. Let's go to DH. Who's going to be starting in the All-Star game for the American League for designated hitter?
Oh, fuck. I want to say JD, but holy fuck, Yordan Alvarez, dude. Holy shit, he's having a good year. It's insane.
You forget the most popular man in baseball, though, Shohei Ohtani. I think he's going to be starting
I don't think he's even going to. I think he'll be second. Alvarez is going to get DH.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Also, I'm pretty sure JD offensively is having a better year right now, right? Is he? I don't know. I haven't seen Ohtani's numbers. Last time I heard he was cold.
No, but again, it's about votes.
Yeah.
It's about votes, though, and he's the
You're asking me who I think should start, not who is going
versus
to start.
Who's going to. Oh, sorry, I thought it was who's going to start.
Well, if you only, it's what's his name, Sanchez. Why am I fucking having a brain fart here?
Alvarez.
Yeah,
Jordan's having an amazing year, which is so predictable because he's amazing.
Does anybody else, when they hear his first name, they think of Zordon from Power Rangers? I can't get that out of my head when I hear his name.
There's Rita from the Power Rangers. I'll never forget. There was one episode where she throws down her wand and she's like, "Magic wand, monster grow!" No, she said, "Make my monkey grow."
Oh my god!
I was a kid watching that and I fucking lost my shit. I was like, "What did she just say?" Speaking of shows. From back in the day, and we'll get into the rest of the series. Did you guys see that Beavis and Butthead came out with a new movie?
Yeah, I did see that.
It was all right.
Can I just read out Yordan Alvarez's slash line real quick? Because I don't think people realize how wacky of a year he's having. Currently, he's batting .312 batting average, .401 on base, .649 slugging for a 1.051 OPS, 197 OPS plus. He has accumulated 3.4 WAR as a DH. Holy fuck.
Wow.
He should be starting. Insanity.
Yeah, he'll be starting. All right, let's talk about the next game. So the Red Sox ended up winning the first game 6-3. That game was 3 hours and 19 minutes long. Not terrible for length. The next game also was this also 3 hours? No, this was not also 3 hours and 19 minutes long. Yeah, fucking piece of shit. This one was 2 hours and 55 minutes long. It was Josh Winkowski, which this was the real test for a week, versus Shane Bieber, not Justin's brother.
Oh my god.
Dude, Shane was pitching his balls off until Verdugo came up and hit a 3-run jack. Winkowski, he did good. He only gave up 2 runs this entire game. I believe that was in the first, couple innings? I think it was second or third inning it was. Let's see real quick. Where's the box score? I'm trying to check. Yeah, it was in the third inning. They gave up 2 runs. And he ended up going 5 1/3 inning. And he ended up with a win.
Yeah, I mean, every time Josh Winkowski comes up to pitch, every time it's his turn, that Andrew Benintendi trade looks better and better.
So you guys are gonna hate this because I hated this, but there was talks about where should Andrew Benintendi go, blah 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 blah, and there's rumors that people are saying that he could come back to Boston.
That would be fun. That would be so much fun.
I'd hate it.
I bet he's gonna be a Yankee.
Yeah, that does.
He seems
fit.
like a Yankee right now. Sounds like they're going to be really aggressive at this trade deadline, which they probably should be if you're going to go all in. Like, this is the team you go all in on.
Where do you think he would play for the Yankees? Center field?
Left.
Yeah, center or left, because Gallo stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't keep putting Judge out in center.
Like, you can. I mean, if you really want to risk the injury.
So what do you guys think of Winkowski potentially being in the rotation for the long term? Because I don't hate him as a number 5 starter even this year.
Problem is we've got Sale and Paxton. So who goes? You already know that Rich Hill is probably going to the bullpen. He's going to be a long reliever. And I mean, who's the last person out?
Gotta think Whitlock ends up moving back. They're already keeping him on a little bit of an innings limit. They make him a starter going into the season next year.
So you take him and put him in the bullpen. Who comes out of the bullpen? Do you get rid of Robles?
I think Robles is hurt right now. I would think that's one that definitely can go down. You got to think that there are going to be injuries that crop up at some point too. It's tough right now, but
did he get hurt today?
No,
he didn't. His control's really off. He can't like point his fastball the way he was earlier in the year.
Speaking of somebody else, the Red Sox have been on fire since Matt Barnes has been down.
Not a coincidence at all.
Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear Brady just celebrating for this entire period of time?
He's cackling in the distance.
The only thing I can hear Brady saying is, "I fucking hate Matt Barnes." That's all I hear. Anytime somebody brings up Matt Barnes, I randomly brought up something. Somebody said something about a pitcher not being good, and we're already talking about DFA. And I was like, "What about Matt Barnes?" And then Brady, out of nowhere, just comes out. And he's like, "I hate Matt Barnes."
That was really funny. Oh my god, man! Also, that's the thing, though.
Have you noticed that Kevin Plawecki is wearing his anal beads?
Ew.
What?
Matt Barnes' fucking necklace?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Like, fucking come on, Plawecki. Have better taste.
You know what's crazy, though, is like Whitlock possibly going back to the bullpen. Like, my knee-jerk answer is like, it's like, oh, well, obviously Ryan Brazier. But Brazier's been good of late. He's been really good.
Right? He has been. He's actually been really good.
Yeah, the bullpen. I mean, there's also they could DFA, not DFA, but they could option Sawamura and then bring him back up. That's the
that's
these guys. But it's good. But it's so good though having like these options as far as depth goes, where you can send a guy down, leave him there if an injury comes up. You don't feel bad bringing someone like Sawamura up as like your 8th man in the pen. You know what he can do. It's just nice having the options.
I have to look at this. So, where is it? Wow, we have a 4-man rotation right now.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Our second oldest pitcher is 31. Our oldest pitcher is 42.3 years old.
That's going to change. I mean, as far as that, Paxton and Sale are both in their 30s, so once those two are healthy.
Walker's 31. I don't think Sale's more than 31.
I think Sale's 32, isn't he?
Sale's 33.
Paxton's definitely in his mid-30s.
Yep, he's 33. Wow, you're right. How old is why am I having a fucking blank here?
Paxton's 33 as well. Nice.
Oh.
It's gonna be insane though. I mean, Whitlock and Houck in the pen, insane depth, insane.
We have 9 relievers. We have 4 starters right now.
It sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Yeah, and then once people start coming back, oh shit, Tyler Danish.
Oh yeah. Well, Danish has pitched well though. I don't want to send Danish down.
Yeah, I'd prefer sending Sawamura down over Danish.
I prefer honestly. I would take Davis over Diekman. I would take Tyler Danish. I would take him over Diekman. I would take him over Brazier. I would take him over Sawamura, and I'd easily take him over Robles.
So we've got. I'm assuming we'll probably not see a Darwin's in this season. We got Taylor coming back.
But then we have 4 lefties. So who if the lefties goes down? You know, I think Big Fudge has been way too good. They're not sending down Straub. Do you just keep 4 lefties up?
I think you get rid of.
I would say probably too many lefties is not a problem. Like if the Rays have taught baseball anything, stack your rotation and bullpen with as many lefties as humanly possible, and it will work out.
I mean, right now we only have 3 lefties. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 righties.
Yeah, because Taylor will come back, so that'll add to it. That'll make it 4.
And I guess Straub has had a decent amount of success against righties. Straub and Diekman both. I mean, Diekman's problem isn't his stuff; it's his ability to throw strikes.
It's the ability that it's not even that. It's like he doesn't know where it's going, and it's not really. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just like he learned this slider and he's just fucking chucking it up there. He's got to get better command of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah. But in the second game, Shane Bieber goes 7 innings, gets us 6 hits, 3 runs. All 3 of those were off of the Alex Verdugo bomb. Jake Diekman comes in. He pitches 1 1/3 inning. He gives up 1 hit, walks 1, strikes out 1. What did you guys think when Cora came out to talk to Diekman and not take him out? Because usually when Cora comes out, he's taking you out.
I mean, I get it. I think that Diekman's somebody that they're going to have to lean on. As you know, a veteran who's been involved in pennant races before. He's even if he's not somebody that I enjoy watching pitching, you can appreciate the experience, you can appreciate the stuff, and he's a veteran. He's a veteran in a bullpen that doesn't have the most experience. Like Houck, this is going to be his first year as a closer. Schreiber's a rookie. Big Fudge hasn't pitched a lot, so this is Danish's rookie season. So all of like the really elite guys there are on the young, as far as the pen goes, are on the younger side. So having somebody like him and having someone like Brazier to be like the older veterans in the staff, I can understand the value in that.
So he goes 1 1/3. Schreiber comes out. He gets the hold in 1/3 of an inning. He struck out. I forgot who it was he struck out. But Matt Straub comes out. He goes an inning. He walks 1. And Tanner Houck gets out there, and he gets his 6th save of the season. And the Red Sox end up beating the Cleveland Guardians 4-2, make their record 41-31. Great game, in my opinion. There wasn't really any nail biters. I think the first game there was. Houck was trying to get some drama going or whatever. But game 3. This one was pretty cool because the pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians, they kept mentioning he was from East Windsor, Connecticut. I live in Ellington right now, and that's literally like 10 minutes away.
Huh,
like
nice.
I went to school where this kid went to school. He's a little bit younger than me, but I probably played in the baseball fields that he played in. I went to school in East Windsor. I went to school in the town across the river, Windsor Locks as well. And come to find out, I'm friends with his cousin. And I made a post on my Facebook, which I'm still not banned.
That's the most shocking news development of the fucking year.
Yeah, right. I am still not banned. And I made a post about Aaron Savale, and one of my friends was like, "Oh, that's my cousin," and I was like, "What?
What do you know?"
So he grew up like a huge Red Sox fan and whatnot, and I think it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know the guy, but like I said, it's cool to know that I went to one of the schools that he went to. You know, I probably played baseball on the same fields as this guy. So, but he didn't have a good day, and I'm okay with that.
Can I just say, this game was so funny, like, to listen to on the radio, because Will Fleming is just roasting the shit out of the Guardians defense as a whole. It's like, these guys are fucking bums. Like an absolute travesty.
Who was their right fielder? Holy shit, he was having a hard.
Oh, so it was like Oscar
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He had a terrible fucking game.
He had that nice play the other day too, where he nailed Arroyo at the plate.
Arroyo shouldn't have gone.
Yeah. Oh no, but it was still a really good. It was still a really good throw. I completely agree that he shouldn't have gone on that.
Can I just say though, like, part of the reason like the Red Sox are really able to punish like these like bad throws and bad plays is the base running. Like this year, like as a collective unit, they're so much better than last year's team. Like it's such a noticeable improvement. And I think it's the influence of Trevor Story, especially, and like even in the last week or two, Jarren Duran as well. Just like that kind of influence. Like, hey, we're gonna fucking be aggressive here. We're gonna, make a move on the base paths, and it's making a marked difference. Definitely the biggest difference between this team this year and the team last year.
Yeah, it's definitely better. Verdugo still needs base running tips.
He needs to be,
hit a ball, stay at first. I don't care. Good game by everyone. I think that they pulled Cordero out a little early. I believe he only played until like the 6th or 7th inning. Might have pulled him a little early.
Keeping a MILF down. I don't appreciate it.
Rich Hill, Dick Mountain went 6 innings, which is nice to see Dick Mountain go in 6 innings. Having him go 6 innings is like having Nick Pivetta go complete game. He also touched 91 today, which was like a shocker.
Slow down, Speed Racer.
He fucking threw a 67 mile per hour curveball and that just like fucking froze somebody. I mean, they swung through it. I forgot who it was, but holy shit. He was tossing salad up there. He goes 6 innings, 5 hits, one run, which was earned. I believe that was in like the 5th inning too. He walked 4, struck out 5. I want to say 3 of the 5 strikeouts were against Rosario.
Reyes as well, probably. Framil Reyes looked lost.
Yeah. Oh, it was Fulmer. It was like 3 of them were against him. But yeah. Fucking hilarious.
Shut the fuck up.
Savale goes 4 innings, gives up 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, walked 3, struck out 2. He ends up going up to a 7.20 ERA. And then throughout the game, Henches, he gives up 2, and then Tully gives up 3. It was not a good weekend for Mr. Tito Francona.
Worst week for our good friend Amari McPherson.
Dick Mountain salad tosser.
Yes, true. He is. Him and Ryan Yarborough.
Toss some salad today.
That's their lot in life.
All right, gentlemen. Before we end up going, we had a couple questions for the pod, and the first one came from Lance Paradis. That's at Paradis_Lance. If the Sox are active in trading, what pieces do you think are most likely to be used? Minors, MLB depth, and particularly Rule 5 eligible guys.
There's a really good page on Sox Prospects that has all of the guys going to that are going to be Rule 5 eligible next year, and there are a lot of them. So I think that you're going to be seeing guys that could potentially be lost in that next year. So guys that, their stuff might be major league ready and there might not be a role for them on the team. Like say, I'm just to a few examples. We've got a whole plethora of pitching now at AAA and AA that's sort of backed up. So like maybe a Victor Santos you see getting traded again. Maybe Chris Murphy could be somebody at AA. He's been the best pitcher that you haven't heard of at AA because he's not Brian Bello and he's not Brandon Walter, but he's been really good there. He's somebody that I really like, but I could see him being used as a trade chip. One of the catchers, maybe like Ronaldo Hernandez or Cole Cottom at AA. Those are two people that I could see. Yeah, it really depends on what they're looking for, though.
Is that friend of the show, Cole Cottom?
Friend of the show, Cole Cottom, yeah. Unfortunately, because he's a catcher that is good, that doesn't necessarily... He's at that age where he kind of needs to start getting more playing time higher up, and he's at AA, so he's going to be a AAA ready catcher for next year. Teams love that. He's somebody that could definitely be lost in the Rule 5 draft. So, we'll see. But that's my take on it. What do you guys think?
I mean, you're more the expertise on something like this, so I will go with your take, and I trust what you say.
I could also see like Jaron Duran maybe getting moved. I could see Duran, whatever, however the hell you pronounce it. I don't care.
Hook, Tanner Hook.
No, it's Tanner Houck, man. Tanner Houck, Kevin Achilles.
Oh my God, that's how you said his name forever, isn't it?
Yeah. I still do. I'm not changing my ways just because I'm objectively wrong about it. This is America.
True.
The next question comes from friend of the show, Alan Chang. I believe Alan's from Vietnam.
Oh, nice.
I like Alan.
Yeah, he's good. He's very insightful. He is not one of those people that get angry for tweets, or he doesn't tweet angry or whatever. Like some people I know. But he posted out. He was like, I know all the focus is on relievers, but if we do get a depth position player, who would you like? I wouldn't mind getting Iglesias back at all. Iglesias meaning Jose, who just signed a contract with the Rockies. Hogdale.
And a depth piece. I haven't really, I hadn't thought about it too much because, I feel like our team, has the depth pieces. I think, if you were going to trade at the deadline, you'd go after at least a starter, an everyday starter. And it would be a first baseman. A starter?
Oh, I thought you were talking pitcher for some reason.
No, not. I'm a starter, an everyday starter player, position player. I'd say first base, and even still, if you wanted to bet on, Franchi or Bobby's upside, I'd get it. Because, this team has plenty of depth, everywhere, pretty much, in all facets. So, I mean, I think trade-wise, they're going to be looking to add an everyday guy.
First base again?
Yeah. Not to be a guy on a one-year deal, though, because Cassis is down the pipeline.
I don't think.
Josh Bell on the Nationals
next year.
Josh Bell is I love that.
Yeah, I believe it was. Who was it? Was it Brady who said that in the last episode? That he was on. I believe he said, "I want Josh Bell."
Yeah, that switch hitting goodness. I love that shit.
Doink was talking about G-Man Choi.
Choi's left-handed.
Yep.
I believe.
Would the Rays want to get rid of him?
I like Choi a lot. He's my favorite player on the Rays.
I say, how much is he not playing much for the Rays?
I just don't see the Rays trading to an American League East team.
Yeah, no,
I do. If they thought he stunk, they would.
I mean, what about Trey Mancini on the Orioles? Do you think they'd move him?
We also talked about him too. So I think out of the three, I think Josh Bell makes the most sense because he's not in the American League East. He's not going to end up hurting anybody in that division because he's a National League East. He's in a National League East. So I think if we're going to be able to get anybody, it'll probably end up being Josh Bell. But who do we end up sending? Who do we trade for Bell?
There's such a dearth of infielders in low A right now, and if the trade for Schreiber last year was any indicator of it, I think that they could probably move somebody that's in Salem or Greenville to get Bell if it's similar to Schreiber last year, because that's again the Nationals. Maybe a Brighter Bonacci or somebody like that.
What I just thought about that's kind of funny is that if they do end up trading for Josh Bell, it's kind of crazy how the NL East is just like the Red Sox collective farm team. or like just a team where they get all their players from at the trade deadline.
Well, the Nationals for sure. Who else there?
The Phillies.
I did not know this.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Bell is a switch hitter.
Yeah,
switch hitting goodness.
And I think he's just on a 1-year deal right now, so that would be
a $10 million deal.
Yeah,
it's 1 year, $10 million. All right, gentlemen. Do we want to add anything else to the episode?
I don't think so. I think we got everything right.
Exciting day for promotions in the minors this exciting weekend. Nico Cavadis and Nathan Hickey brought up from high A Salem from low A Salem to high A Greenville. Cavadis has homered in 9 of his last 12 games. Is big first baseman out of Notre Dame, 11th round pick last year. He's somebody to keep an eye on.
Alex Pinellas was also.
Pinellas got brought. Yep. Alex Pinellas and Steven Scott got brought up to Double-A. They've both been starting there. Pinellas at first and third. And then Pedro Castellanos hit a home run in his first game. It was a deep drive to left.
Did you see that? Did you see that Twitter or TikTok? Hold on. I've gotta share this. It was possibly the funniest fucking thing I have ever fucking seen on TikTok.
I think we could be seeing Blaze Jordan move up to high A soon because he's been absolutely not. He's hitting over 400 for the month of June. He's hitting like 425 at Salem. It's kind of like it's like, okay, dude, like you can move up. It's okay.
Hold on.
Heim just doesn't miss. Like, let's be honest.
I mean,
here we go.
Pride myself.
He's certainly a good talent evaluator.
A man of faith. In a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith.
Oh my
god! Gift that keeps giving.
By Castellanos, it will be a home run.
So I don't know who it was. Somebody sent it in our baseball chat on Slack for Belly Up, and I got to give him credit. I have
so funny.
Kev, who is part of the tailgate on the quad. He posted it up. He was like, the official Red Sox AAA affiliate using this sound is hilarious. And because nobody on Belly Up besides us posts anything about Red Sox, I was just like, okay, I got to see what the hell this is. And then I saw that, and I was drinking something, and I almost spit it out. I was like, no fucking way did they really just use that. But yeah, they totally did. So. All right, I totally appreciate you both coming on. Just so everybody knows, we are going to be shooting out a lot of episodes within the next week or so. I know later tonight we have Zach Kelly, the Woo Sox relief pitcher. He will be coming on and talking to both Ed and myself. Next weekend, I will be talking to Big Sox Guy. That's actually on Friday. I'm trying to set something up with our friends over in the UK to try and get them on the episode, doing a lot of crossovers and whatnot. I've been talking to our friend Chris Enrique, trying to get him on. We're going to try and do some crossovers between those guys as well. So hopefully we get a wow, we got a comment here for you, Hogdale.
Oh, do you?
How could they write something so controversial yet so brave?
Brandon.
It said Hogdale is so sexy. That's what the comment was.
We do have a lot of stuff coming out, and hopefully you all enjoy the content. Just make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Make sure to leave us some reviews. Give us 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, whatever. Spotify, definitely give us something. Apple, leave a review, whatever it is, it'll help us in the long run. To everybody else out there, take it easy.
Deuces. Wait. God, it hurts. It hurts my hand.
I don't like it.
The viscera, dude. Yeah.
Good. Go Sox.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Pesky Report. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name. And